in this video, I am joined by Luca. Luca has been selling on Amazon for a few years now, and in the process, he has created an amazing bit of software called ProfitPath, which in my opinion is one of the best Amazon FBA softwares out there right now. Now you can use ProfitPath to automatically scan websites for deals, track your competitors and copy what they're buying, and you can also use it to scan the UK and EU marketplaces to check Amazon for Amazon to Amazon deals. Now I've personally made 4 figures in profit using ProfitPath, which is absolutely crazy given that 6 months ago I hadn't even heard of it. So in this video we're going to be talking all about the software, how it started, what it's actually for, and what they have coming up in the future. So let's get into it. So yeah, what are you doing, Luca? How did you get into this whole business? Tell me a little bit about your background before you started in the world of Amazon.
So hey, I'm Luca, I'm like 23 years old and I built an Amazon software called ProfitPath. What I did before was usually I started reselling like sneakers and started to resell, for example, like Lego, US Mints items, cores, random resale items. And I built around that like a specific cook group. Cook group is just a group of information you pay like a specific amount for. And in the cook group, you basically get like information, what can you resell? And that's what was basically my main job. I started to provide information to my user what they could buy and flip again and what for kind like of an amount. So they could basically buy a course art for like 500 euro and resell it like for 1,000 euro. And the big problem we had facing is that too many people bought the same item, so the kind of market pricked. So
that happens at Amazon all the time.
Exactly, that happens as well. But I feel like it was not that aggressive as in the, for example, a cook group market, because you call a specific item and then like 2,000 to 3,000 people purchase the same item, and that's what usually doesn't really happen on the Amazon market.
Yeah, where it's on a much smaller scale on Amazon. You might be unlucky
exactly.
at 50 people, but a few thousand is a whole different kind of ball game.
Exactly. So I was kind of getting annoyed by that all the items are pricking, and of course you could have done a smaller group with a higher price. But in my opinion, I try to find, okay, is there a way how people can find their own loops? Loop, I think you know what that means. You have your own item which sells pretty good. So I was sitting with my co-founder Leon together and we were brainstorming what could be like a tool to see if there's any profit, scan a specific website and all that kind of stuff. So at the end of the day, we came to the idea it would be really nice to scan specific suppliers and wholesaler list and compare them with Amazon. And that's what we did. Going back to Amazon was basically like a no-brainer, because Amazon is like the world's biggest website with all the traffic. So that's why we basically chose Amazon, because there's no, where should I find like all the traffic? And that's like basically like on Amazon. So yeah.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, especially if you want to kind of branch out from just like shoes and stuff like that. Amazon is the place to go because they sell everything. They sell shoes, but they sell everything.
Everything, cosmetic, stuff for garden, summer season, pools, like all that stuff. And that's like the really nice thing I like about Amazon. I feel you can sell everything which is like branded. I mean, like you need to make sure you don't buy any private label products or get into like a big trouble with gated items. In general, I really enjoy the market. It's really nice. So that's why we basically build around that. And obviously I was selling myself on Amazon as well.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't talk it up too much when you were saying about how you own a cook group, but am I right in saying that you had Europe's biggest cook group? It wasn't just like a small-time thing. You were like the man when it came to cook groups. It's impressive stuff. Did many of those people follow you over to Amazon, or was it just a kind of like completely different kind of customer base?
I feel like a lot of people, I mean, like we had a customer base and they trusted me a lot when it comes to my specific products before. For example, it was like in this case, like Escape Notify, we had Flare bots and Fuse. And they trusted me a lot when it comes like to high quality product. So I had obviously in my mind, okay, they like to resell, so Amazon could be like the next step. But obviously like getting those customers also like over to ProfitPath was a higher barrier, as you know, like the entire process, setting up an Amazon account is kind of tough, and that's what not a lot of people want to do. They don't want to create a business. They don't want to sign in the documents. They are annoyed like with IP complaints and gating and all this stuff. So it was kind of tough also like getting over those customer base. but those customers we ported over are 300 and they are really happy with us. And also like happy with Amazon, you know?
Yeah. No, I think it's definitely true that Amazon has quite a high barrier to entry. I mean, comparing it to like flipping shoes, right? All you do is go to JD Sports. I don't know if that's a thing in Germany.
Exactly, yeah.
There's a big shoe store in the UK, but you just go to JD Sports, you buy a pair of shoes, and you put it on eBay. It takes 5 minutes to make an eBay account. It's simple. Amazon is a lot more like a real business. You have to go through all these process for just setting up the account, and when you get set up with the account, you go through ungating and all those different things, and it has to be like an actual registered business. But yeah, I'd say it's definitely worth it if you put in the effort. For me, any sort of barriers to entry into kind of making money online just means there's going to be less competition, and it's going to mean that those people that are actually doing it are more determined to make it work and not just kind of winging it a little bit.
That's what I always also like tell my members. I feel like if you see like the barriers even higher, then that's like a really good sign. If you go through all those barriers, you make so much more money than the rest, because all those kids, they're basically like stopping just on the first barrier. And that's why I also think like Amazon arbitrage especially is like a really good business, like also like for the future. You're building something long term, and yeah, and going into wholesale later on is like the perfect mix.
Yeah, I think high barrier to entry just kind of makes me happy. I mean, there was actually a deal for arbitrage that I found yesterday that was £500 profit a unit, 80% ROI, so ridiculously good. But the hoops that you had to jump through to get that discount were crazy. Like, it was to the point. I mean, I can't really give any too specifics away, but it was difficult. It was very difficult to buy these items. But if you were bothered enough and you went through all those little hoops to get it, you're rewarded by a huge profit. So definitely well worth it.
That's also like a thing. Most people also like arbitrage, they kind of underestimate it, because I feel like obviously you can check sheets, deals, and also like, for example, also like ProfitPath and see like just green numbers. But at the end of the day, what makes you a really big profit is like thinking more than your competitor, checking, okay, does this site have a specific discount, is there any promotion running, are there any like newsletters I can sign up? And that's like really nice, because I feel like for 50% of all our sites, I'm 100% sure there are tons of promotions running where you can save like 10 to 20% off easily and make extra margin. And also, like, I had, for example, like a really good item back in the day. It brought me like 20 to 30 euro. An item I sold it like 1,000 times a month, and I just found out this deal because I made myself research and checked, okay, are there any B2B distributor for that product? And that made me like the big deal. And that's like what I feel most people should do. They should do like the extra step, you know?
Yeah, definitely got to really think outside of the box when it comes to sourcing and do the things that people aren't willing to do. I mean, it's why I love ProfitPath so much. Like, so many Amazon sellers don't even know that ProfitPath exists and don't even know that there are tools like that can kind of help you with making your sourcing so much more efficient. Most people just maybe watch one YouTube tutorial and think you just got to manually check every single product on a website and spend hours and hours. And people complain about I spent 6 hours today sourcing, found nothing. It's like, well, yeah, because you're just not doing it efficiently. You can't be checking 20 products in an hour. You got to kind of up the speed a little bit, and that's where kind of ProfitPath comes in.
That's exactly what was our main goal when we started to develop the software. Obviously, we wanted to make sure our members find a lot of deals, but we also wanted to make sure, okay, they're getting their deals in a really professional way. Also, like when it comes to the user interface, we wanted to have something lag-free. We don't want it to have anything which just crashes after like 10 to 20 results. We wanted something like high performant with the best modules on the market. I mean, like at the start, we didn't really crew anything, any members or whatever, but because our main point in our product is still making the product every day better. We have like an entire team is sitting 24/7 there. We don't have any side hustles or anything or code software for any other niche. We are basically in 24/7 for online arbitrage. Also like developing together with the community to get the best modules going. For example, I was talking to you about spy search. You had like really good improvements and we implemented them in no time, you know? And that's like the thing which kind of matters for us. We want to talk with the seller. We want to make sure and get also like their ideas and improve the software.
So yeah, tell me a little bit more about ProfitPath. Why are you so sure that your product is the best of all of those out there? Because, you know, there's plenty of softwares out there. There's tactical arbitrage, Arbisource, all those other bits of software. But what makes ProfitPath the best out of all of those?
I feel like ProfitPath Well, what makes ProfitPath the best? I'm 100% sure all our competitors, they do a really good job, and I don't really want to talk anyone down. I just want to make sure, if you never tested ProfitPath, just give it like a look. Test a free trial at 7 days, but we put really much attention to detail. We check, okay, what are our modules doing? Supplier search. For example, one thing on supplier search is we have like all the stores with the best filters. You can filter everything you want. And for example, on specific software, you just have you are really limited when it comes to filters. And that's why we wanted to make it different. We want that everyone can filter how he wants. Have filter specific out brands, filtering out titles, making sure I only want to get, for example, specific items just for, okay, I want only under 50 sales, 100 sales, and all that kind of stuff. And for example, just small things, we also, because we are sellers ourselves, we know like exactly the pain points, what and seller faces. For example, I had a pain point when it comes like to coupons. I was struggling all day and checking, okay, is there any coupon code? Is there anything I can save? And that's why, for example, we developed the coupon feature. In the supplier search right now, you can just see all the coupons from every store with one single click. That's, for example, what I mean with paying attention to detail. I check, okay, or the entire team checks, what pain points our user have, we implement, we ship. And that's the same thing with all our modules. It counts for spy search. We wanted to make sure, bro, you shouldn't go on a storefront and are annoyed and checking every day. We wanted to, for example, monitor stores, shipping out notifications once a new product is in, also like showing specifically where could you buy this item and all the stuff. And that's exactly what we did for all our modules. Is it a reverse search? Is it a wholesale scan? Is it A2A? And soon also like price alerts. We're shipping a lot of new features, and yeah, we just want to deliver the best quality because we use the software ourselves.
I think that's why it's so great, because you guys actually use it yourself and you're sellers yourself,
Yeah.
so you know kind of what needs to be improved and what's maybe working great. But you also, just the development speed of your project is just unmatched to any other people that I kind of keep tabs on. I mean, every time I'm looking into your Discord server, there's new updates on things and new patches and sites coming out, and I don't even know. I mean, how many UK stores have you got added now? It's got to be a lot at this point.
I think it's like over 200, and we launched, I feel like UK, we launched like 3 to 4 months ago, or maybe a bit more, but it was, first we focused basically like on the European market. That's also like why quality is so important for us. We had like 1 year entire just for Europe. We optimized the product so much for Europe, added all the stores, making sure like the calculation is also like on point, and so that a user trusts us 100%, and there's no way he's going to like Amazon revenue calculator and finding out our fees are off. That was like the first big step. And then we decided, okay, UK is a really good market. I had, for example, myself a UK product. We did, for example, Flare bots, you know, and also the cook group for UK. So I knew there is also like a demand, and that's why we went through, okay, UK. And so we do basically everything step by step, and UK was, for example, high priority. We gained lots of new users enjoying our product, which I'm really happy. Because at the start it was kind of frustrating. Nobody knew us and all the stuff. Yeah, but I'm really happy.
I mean, literally like a few months ago, I had never even heard of ProfitPath.
Yeah,
I was like, what's this about? And then all, like months down the line, you've already added like so many stores and so many new features. It's really, really impressive. I mean, hats off to you. I've not seen anyone do it at the rate that you've kind of been able to achieve that sort of development.
Thank you so much.
It's impressive. But yeah, tell me about kind of the future of ProfitPath. I mean, I know you're working on the Chrome extension, I believe it is.
Exactly. So basically, obviously, our main focus is making sure the ProfitPath stays on the same quality as our user expected. On the same thing, we're also working like on a price alerts feature. I can't talk too much about it. It will be like a game changer for new leads. There's like it's a completely different module. Nobody in this game ever saw it. So this will be like the insane feature we ever pushed out. Of course, we're also like working on like ProfitPath extension. We got like a lot of feedback from our users, and we wanted to make sure that everyone which is in ProfitPath stays in ProfitPath. So that's why we decided to make an extension, because our database of products is also like really big. We have like lots of possibilities when it comes to show our data on specific sites, on Amazon, making sure they can also like calculate everything on Amazon itself and see how much sales it got and all that kind of stuff. And of course, like really special features nobody has. I can't talk too much about it, but yeah, we are working really tough on the ProfitPath extension. Will be released, might be too soon, and also like with an app. So yeah, that's right now.
That's gonna be it. I've been sourcing on the go. I think I even put on my Instagram story a few weeks ago. I was like, I've got a 50-minute train journey, nothing to do. Like, I need a ProfitPath app so I can be working on the go. If you guys watching want to kind of test out ProfitPath, head down to the video description. There's gonna be a free trial link in there, so you can just kind of check it out. And yeah, you really got nothing to lose. You might as well check it out. I mean, you've heard from the man himself. It is an amazing bit of software when it comes to sourcing deals.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Awesome, man. Well, yeah, I mean, happy to have you on. Hopefully, I'll be flying out to Germany at some point later this year.
Yeah,
to do
100%.
some kind of in-person stuff.
We should
definitely on that.
We should definitely record videos together.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and I'll hopefully see you again soon.
So that was a really insightful talk from Luca, and I hope you guys picked up a lot of helpful tips along the way. Now you can test out ProfitPath for yourself by heading down to the video description. There'll be a link at the top. If you follow the link down there, you will get a 7-day free trial, and you can also use code PPFelix10 exclusive discount. Now that is a mouthful, for 10% off your first month. Don't worry if you didn't catch that, it'll be in the video description as well. Now, ProfitPath is definitely one way to generate a really good income with Amazon FBA. But that said, you know, as good and easy as the money is, you can't rely on just ProfitPath alone to make money with Amazon. There are a lot of other methods at play, and there are so many things that you really need to master before even thinking about using ProfitPath. So if you do want my one-to-one help to start and scale your Amazon FBA business, you want to go down to the video description, click the link to book in a free video consultation call with me, where we can then discuss where you're at with your Amazon business and how I'm able to help you move forward with Amazon. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and click the video up here if you want to go and see my interview with Jack from Chaos, which is another amazing bit of software for Amazon FBA.